Today we are going to be moving a host from a regular cluster with a regular virtual switch to a cluster that has a BDS switch, with the condition that we have the data and the SCSI connections in the same switch. So I already have a couple hosts in this cluster, so I'm going to show you guys the process just to move one of the other hosts. The first thing, we are going to review the networking of this virtual switch. I was having problems because a lot of descriptions in the web, they say that you can create this connection with two separate switches. So I didn't want to do that, and I want to create a main switch that manage the data ports and the SCSI ports in the same switch. So in order to accomplish this one, I create 4 data ports and 4 SCSI connections. It's because we have 2 locations and we are going to have 2 ports for each location. That's how it's described here. And the important thing here is how those are my different networks. I have my management network or desktop networks or vMotion network and or SCSI connections that we have listed here. So here is one of the most important steps. If we have these 2 separate networks, we are going to need a port for each specific SCSI connection that we need, a physical port. And because we have enabled multipath, we can create multiple connections at the same time with the same port. That's described here. You guys are going to see that we have like the virtual ports created, and everyone is BMK1, and in the SCSI2 is the same thing. Same thing for the other location. So if we go to properties of these systems, we are going to review the failover. So like I said here, you need just one uplink for each one of these SCSI connections, for each one of these networks. So if you see here, if we select one of these connections, is going to be mapped to this output uplink. If you choose the other one, is going to choose a different port. Same thing here, same thing in each one. What is the difference between the data? So the data saying that we want to see what is going to do the vMotion, or like the management data. We just have the ports here, and these ones can have 2 uplinks. Like you say here, they change to 2 different uplinks. So let's go. Let's migrate one of the hosts to this BDS switch. In order to do that, we go to host clusters. We select one of the hosts that we want to migrate. We put this one in maintenance mode. This may take a little bit. By the way, we are working in a plate system C7000 enclosure. This is a HP enclosure. We are using FlexCards 10, and I'm going to show you guys how is the profile in these network cards. So I'm going to go to the virtual connect in the HP side. and we are going to see one of our service profiles, ones that already is created. So those are the BDS profiles that I'm creating right now. So I'm going to take a look here. Basically what we are doing, we have 20 gigabytes for these flex switches. We have two uplinks in each location, so we have 20 gigabytes. We split for multiple networks. We have all the other networks, but the SCSI in these ones. And the SCSI, like you say, it's going one in each port as it matched in the other side, in the vSphere side. We have assigned to each bay one of these profiles. So right now I'm going to copy this profile and put in the other bay profile. I'm just waiting that the blade it has to be off the blade in order to do this transition. So I'm just waiting for the blade to enter in maintenance mode, and after that I can tune off the blade. I'm going to help migrating these machines. So right now our host is going to go to maintenance mode, and like I said, it has to be down in order to upload the new network profile. So I'm going to shut down the host. So we are going to see here that the bay is going down. One of these lights is going to turn amber. The good thing about this procedure is like we don't have to create another SCSI initiator or things like this. We just change the virtual ports, and everything is going to be good after this one. We don't have to recreate any of these connections. Let's see what is going on now. It says that the port is, maybe we should refresh this one. Let's see which one is this one. So we see like the blade number 9 is down already. So we go to the blade number 9. Also, it's really important to see what is going on in the shell of these ones. So I'm going to, later I'm going to open the remote shell connection or console. Let me see. So maybe if we update this one, is going to tell us that it's down. Yeah, like you guys see, down was here in the bottom was indicating us that one of the servers is down. a little bit slow right now, I don't know why. But we're loading the libraries right now. And yeah, bay night is down, so we can unassign the bay to this profile. We go to edit, and before we used to have like all these network cards uh, for our virtual switches. We have like 8 ports in each virtual switch, and now we are going to migrate just to 4 in the BDS switch. In this way, we are trying to improve our traffic. Meanwhile, I'm going to open a virtual machine where I have vSphere Web. We are going to need that a little bit after, because the vSphere client, for one reason, doesn't assign a specific port when we are migrating the ports. So I'm going to open this machine that we have already there, vSphere client, and let's see. This thing is good. All so we have everything is good. Now we are going to assign a copy, one of the BDS profiles, to the new blade. So we right click, we copy there. Like I was telling you guys, we have like 4 network cards right now in the multiple networks. I'm going to show you guys. We have basically all the networks, included the vMotion and the management here. Those are going in the 2 data links that we are assigning to each side. And the other 2 are going just for the SCSI connection. So we know that the Blade 9 is free right now. The power, it's okay. We apply and close this thing. Same thing, let's see, we have to open or be center, the web version for vSphere. I didn't change the name though. Have to change the name. This is the profile for the base CO9. That is going to be or location 3 or host 3 in vSphere. This number is matching the name host here. So let's apply and close. And we are going to turn back on the host. So we can see what is going on with our host. Going to the remote console. These things run in Java, so you have to have, I guess it's Java 8 at least in order to work properly. So we see that our host is booting right now. It's going to take a couple minutes. In the meanwhile, we are going to be connected in the vSphere side. So sorry. I'm going to put my credentials here. We are going to go to networking. To our virtual switch. And let's see it. When the host is completely up, we are going to migrate ports. Almost there. So let me explain you what is happening with SCSI connection in these ones. Normally, when we go to the configuration, we have a virtual SCSI port within storage adapters. When the ports are not properly migrated, if you are trying to add network configuration to these ones, like kernel port bindings, these ones they are not going to appear here. And when you try to add here a new port, you are going to have an error, a general error saying that the query of the NICs are not available. So that's why I went to this solution and I assigned one of the physical ports as the KBs recommend in VMware. We were having problems with this one. Nothing of these ones were active, so we were losing all our paths to our SAN storage. So that wasn't too good. And in our networking, like you guys see here, we don't have anything um in the regular virtual switches. In the standard ones, before that was our configuration, and we migrate everything to the new virtual switch, so we can have everything in just one switch. Um, so right now, the server, like you guys see here, um, it's up and running. We are going to migrate to the new cluster, um, and we are going to start working with the migration of the ports. So for this thing, like I find that the best way to do it is to delete from the virtual switch at least the the physical ports that we think that we are not going to be using. We are going to add these uh, BMKs after manually. Same thing for the vMotion port. So if you guys have the same situation, take note of the ports, and after that proceed to delete everything like we are going to do it right now. Um, so basically what you go to properties and you remove the network adapter. This is the network adapter that is having the management for the host, so we are not going to migrate this one. We are not going to delete this one. We are going to migrate this one. So remove this one and close, and same thing with the other ones. Those are our SCSI connections, so it's telling us that we are going to lose the connectivity with the SAN storage. And like you guys see here, the port binding is giving us like a alert message. So that, and I'm pretty sure that the other one is even disabled. Well, normally the one of the other ones is disabled. That's when we can add the ports in the storage adapters. So we are going to remove these two connections as well. Here we go. So, and also we are going to remove the vMotion kernel. So don't worry guys, this is going to be okay. Um, right now that's when we need the vSphere web client, because this option I couldn't find in the regular client. So we go to add and manage hosts. We have add and manage hosts, but you guys are going to see what I'm saying right now. We are going to add a host. So we select the host right now. In our case is the number 3 host. Yeah, we are going to manage the kernel adapters and the physical adapters. Here you guys can migrate everything like all the ones that we were deleting, but for some reason it wasn't working for me, so I decided to delete it and add it manually. And we are going to migrate just, and here is the option that we don't have in the regular vSphere client, assign an uplink. So this uplink is going to be one of the data uplinks, not the SCSI ones. So we have one here, and yeah, and right now we are going to put this one in the management network that we create in our previously we create in our virtual switch. So we assign a port. There is no impact, and we wait until it complete the migration. So it's completed. We go here. We are going to see that, or we don't have any more ports here. Even now it's migrated, and we have the link here. So what do we do here? It's we assign the other physical adapters to the networks that we want. Same thing here. We have these 4 links, for 2 for each location. So I'm going to put the other one in the number 1 location, and the other ones for the SCSI connection. UCP, it's consistency. So okay, so we are good with the physical connections, and yeah, if you guys click here, like, you are going to see that these 2 ports are going to be amber. So that means that the management port is going out over these 2 NICs. So we don't want that for the SCSI connections. And you guys, I'm going to add the new BMK for the kernel ports for the SCSI connection. And you guys are going to see that it's going just for one of each one of the SCSI uplinks. So I'm going to, we select the port. This is the most important part. And here's another observation. Normally we have here in the regular virtual switches, we have another like checkbox here saying that this port is going to be used for port binding. We don't have here this thing. It's going to be created automatically if everything is good. So I'm going to show you guys after. I'm going to put our network. And finish. And to add the other 2 ports as well. One other for the SCSI connection and the other one for the vMotion kernel that we need. So before I select the SCSI 1, so now I have to select the SCSI 2. Finish, and the last one for our vMotion. This vMotion is going to show, is going to be going through the data ports, and is going to light out the 2 data ports. So we select vMotion here, and we checked the adapter is going to for vMotion. We put on network for vMotion here. So now that we add all the 3 ports, we are going to see what I was telling you guys. The vMotion port is going to be going over the 2 data ports. The SCSI is going to be just with one of the SCSI ports. It has to be with this one, so it's good. And the second SCSI connection, come on, it's going to be the other one. We can see that how they switch already. So that means that everything is well configured. Now we go to the storage adapters. Even though it says that it's mounted, these ones are not active. So we are going to see here in the network configuration. Well, I guess they are active now. And normally we do a rescan all to see that everything is working again. That wasn't happened before. That we have to add manually each one of the ports. So right now they have to be both active. So right now we have everything migrated. If we go here, we are going to see that all the storage and or VLANs and or network connections are recreated here. If we take out our host from maintenance mode, is going to be, we are not going to have problems, and we are going to migrate a machine in order to test that everything is working. So we are going to migrate this machine to the The good thing about VMware is that everything was made live. This is our production system, so we were changing all these configurations without affecting any service to our users. We are going to see the virtual machine, so it's here. That means that vMotion is working, the SCSI connection is working. We can go to this machine and see what is going on there. So the machine is up. That means that everything is good. So I hope this video will help you guys in order to configure these things. Thanks.